to another episode of the Punk Rock NFL Draft. My name is Dirty D from Dirty T. It is draft day, y'all. We're finally here. We're here. These 3 days are three of my favorite of the year. And I put all this preparation into it. I'm really excited for it to finally be here. So we're going to ring that in with my first and final mock draft. This is the predictive mock draft. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put up the names, and I will give just like a little bit about each pick. I'm going to try to blow through these pretty quick. Yeah, I'm going to have them up so you can read everything I did, but I will talk about specific ones in where I, think things could go a little different here. I do have trades included in this mock draft. So I won't give too much discourse about the picks that are just like chalk. Obviously, I'll go into the ones that maybe are different in some of the rumors I've been hearing. So, starting us off, of course, the Raiders are going to take Fernando Mendoza. I have the Jets taking Arvell Reese, the Cardinals taking Jeremiah Love, Titans taking David Bailey, Giants taking Sonny Styles, Browns, the first trading back with the Jets for Carnell Tate, and Washington trading with the Chiefs to get Ruben Bain. Saints taking Jordan Tyson, Commanders taking Mansour Lane at 9 after the trade, and the Giants taking Caleb Downs. So 2 is where things get interesting because there's a lot of rumors that David Bailey is their guy. However, they did cancel their visit with David Bailey. So that to me signals that, like, why wouldn't you bring your guy in to see the facility and to meet with the coaches? And that's just weird to me. So I went with Arvell Reese for that reason. It could still be David Bailey. The Cardinals are a popular trade spot, and I think they probably want to trade. I'm just curious who is going to want to pay to get all the way up to number 3. The teams that make sense to me are the Commanders. I've heard the Cowboys. I've talked about it. And then the Saints are sneaky to me. However, I just have it. No one ends up paying that price. And Jeremiah Smith goes to the Cardinals. The Titans are taking Reese, Bailey, or Love, whichever one is there. It's Bailey here. And then the Giants want to take Jeremiah Love. If he's not there, Jordan Tyson's up for debate. They like him a lot. I have them going Sonny Styles. I know they like Caleb Downs as well, but I think they potentially could get him at 10, and they'd probably just go, we'll see if we get him. We'll see if he falls. The Browns want to trade out of that pick, I hear, and if someone trades up, they're trading up for Carnell Tate. I've heard the Jets have Carnell Tate as their firm number 1 receiver, and they would move up to do that. And then I think the Chiefs, they really like Ruben Bain Jr. If he's there, they just jump the Saints. They don't take the risk. And then I think Jordan Tyson is going to end up going in the first 15 picks. He's gone by pick 16 at the latest. Rounding out the top 16, I got Spencer Fano going to the Dolphins first offensive tackle off the board. Cowboys staying put, taking Dylan Thieneman. Rams taking Mekhi Lemon. Ravens taking Vega Ioane. Buccaneers taking Akeem Messidor. And the Browns taking Caden Proctor. This changes if the Browns can't, move back. If the Browns have to stay at 6, they're taking Spencer Fano, I believe. Or Carnell Tate. It's Tate or Fano. I think they would rather take the offensive tackle. But if they can't, they'll stay put. They'll take one of those 2 guys. So this tackle run could start a little earlier. But the Dolphins are definitely taking an offensive lineman. The Cowboys are hard to pick for because they want one of the top guys. They have flirted with moving up, but Stephen Jones also made an interesting comment that sometimes trading back is better value than trading up. I don't know who is willing to trade back. I actually think that's very possible if someone is willing to, but I don't know who feels the need to jump the Rams or the Ravens for a specific player. So the Cowboys at this point take, with their board kind of wiped, Dylan Thieneman, that he believes he's going top 20 in the two teams I would think of as either the Cowboys or the Vikings. Rams really like Mekhi Lemon, but they are interested in potentially moving up. But if they stay put, I think it's the pick. And Caden Proctor for the Browns was a hard one for me. At first, I had Monroe Freeling here, but I'm not sure who they like more. And like Proctor fits more of what the Ravens were doing. But I think they want a left tackle, so that's why I didn't go Maui Noah. Plus, Maui Noah has a slipped disc in his back. That's why I didn't go with one of like Iheanacho, who I really like, but he's only played right tackle, so I think they want a left tackle player. That leaves three. That's Freeling, Proctor, Lomu. Proctor has more flexibility to also play inside if they want him to do that, and he's just a big athletic freak. I just feel like that size and athletic profile fits more what the Browns have done with their offensive line, especially that size. All right, 17 through 32. We'll go 17 to 26 and then 27 to 32. I have Francis Mauigoa falling to the Lions. I've got Kenyon Sadiq to the Vikings. I've got Omar Cooper Jr. to the Panthers. Keldrick Falk to the Cowboys at 20. Monroe Freeling to the Steelers at 21. TJ Parker to the Chargers at 22. Max Iheanacho to the Eagles at 23. Browns going with Casey Concepcion. Bears taking a tackle, taking Caleb Lomu, and the Bills taking Emmanuel McNeil-Warren. He's a safety out of Toledo. The Lions are going to take best available on their board, probably between tackle or edge. I think if Proctor is here and not Mauigoa, Proctor's the pick. I think if Proctor and Mauigoa is here, I'm not sure. I see them really liking both of those players, but I think Mauigoa, like to me, he's definitely higher on my board. Panthers taking a third receiver in a row. I hear they really like Omar Cooper Jr. There's rumors about Kenyon Sadiq, but I've heard that they are comfortable with their tight ends. But Omar Cooper Jr. is exactly the type of player they want in their offense. And then the Cowboys with Keldrick Falk, I think they would love to move back here. But again, I don't know if anyone's moving up. They're moving up to jump Pittsburgh for Monroe Freeling or for their offensive tackle available of choice, and I just don't know who that is, who would be willing to do that. So I just have, with so many of the tackles left, I have Steelers to stay and put. Chargers, I also hear they really like Chase Besantis out of Texas A&M. I think they would like to move back. I think in an ideal world, they move back. I've also heard rumor they're taking Jermod McCoy, but I don't know if that's really based on any insider information. And with his knee injury, I don't know that I would do it, but I don't know that they would. So I just had them going edge rusher, and an edge rusher that they met with for a top 30 visit. And then Max Iheanacho to the Eagles is just if he's there, that feels like the perfect fit. I think they want to take an offensive tackle with this pick. Concepcion to the Browns. I know they really like Omar Cooper Jr. I know they really want to take a receiver here. Denzel Boston is someone else they met with that they are connected to, but they did meet with Concepcion, and the reason they want to take Cooper if he's there is his fit with the Todd Monken offense because of how good his yak is. Casey Concepcion is probably the other, if not the best yak receiver in the draft, so that just felt like the better fit there for me. The Bears are really interesting because like they should take a defensive, like an edge or a defensive tackle or a safety. But I hear they really are interested in taking a tackle because of Ozzy Trapilio's injury. They've added some bodies there. but I think they end up taking Caleb Lomo here. I wouldn't. It'll be interesting to see if they do actually do that. But I hear they want a left tackle, and we know their front office really likes to take offensive linemen. Uh, their head coach is really an offensive lineman as well. And then the Bills will go Concepcion if he's there. If not, they probably should go defensive tackle. I've heard they've looked into him, but I also hear they just really like Emmanuel McNeil-Warren. Finishing out the first round from 27 to 32, 49ers go Malachi Lawrence, Texans go Caden McDonald. KC trades out of the pick with AZ, Arizona. The Cardinals, they take Ty Simpson, quarterback, Alabama. Dolphins take Denzel Boston. Patriots take Blake Miller. And the Seahawks take Brandon Cisse, cornerback out of South Carolina. 49ers are interested in a lot of different things, but I hear they love Malachi Lawrence if he's there. And, maybe like some of the other players at other positions aren't, that they're going to go Malachi Lawrence. Texans could go a lot of different directions, but they really like defensive tackle. Not sure which one they like more, but I have heard they like Caden McDonald, and he fits their need. If anyone's moving up to draft Ty Simpson, it's Arizona, because they're just trying to decide if they feel like they need to jump the Jets. And the team that just made the most sense for me to trade back was KC, since I had them trading up earlier to just recoup some of that value that they lost in their other trade. And it just felt like the best fit. I know the Dolphins and the Seahawks want to trade back. Not sure if the Seahawks would trade back with the Cardinals. And if Ty Simpson's off the board, I just don't know who either of those teams could trade with. Dolphins have been linked to a lot of corners as well, but they've also met with a lot of the receivers. They've met with Denzel Boston. I just have him as the best available player here, and I'm very confident. I've heard NFL teams like him, and he's probably going to go sometime in round one. Blake Miller's easy. And then the Seahawks, they've been linked to, a lot of people think they're going edge here, but when I look at their top 30 visits, they met with some of the edges that'll be here in this range, but they met with a lot of guys that are viewed as second round picks. They met with like a Joshua Josephs, and they met with R. Mason Thomas, guys like that are more day two edge players. They did not meet with anyone that I think will be there at cornerback. They met with Cisse and they met with Colton Hood. I thought it could be either of those players, and I just felt Cisse was more their type. So that's it for my mock draft. Really looking forward to the draft. I'll have some more content out tomorrow. I will have all my evals for my round one players done by round one of the draft, but I have my rankings up. Please go ahead, sign up for my Patreon, $5 to get my draft guide, and by the end of the draft, you'll have all of the drafted players and some more. All of the draftable players to me will be graded. Hey, until next time, my name is Dirty D from Dirty T. Enjoy draft night. Stay safe out there. Drive fast, take chances. And Punk's not dead. Let's go.